Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Forge Your Icon Session 3 on personal branding for career growth, an inspiring session dedicated to helping you build a professional identity that truly reflects your strengths, values, and aspirations. In today's fast paced world, personal branding is more than just a trend. It's a powerful way to show others what you are all about. Whether you are applying for jobs, networking, or building your career, your personal brand is what sets you apart. This session will guide you in discovering your unique voice and aligning it with your goals for impactful and long-term career goals. If you come across any questions during today's webinar, please feel free to use the chat box to ask them. We'll address your questions at the end of the session. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Pesandu D. Alves, Member Coordinator, Program Team of Stud Pro 8.0 to welcome you all.
Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. Forge Your Icon Session 3, Personal Branding for Career Growth. We are so happy to have you here with us today. In this fast-moving world, building your brand is more important than ever. It helps you stand out whether you are applying for a job, networking, or growing in your own career. So, Mrs. Shamilka Samaranayake the HR Manager at Accenture Inc, is here with us as the guest speaker to share her valuable experience and thoughts with us. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome you here. Tonight's session will help you understand how to find your unique voice and show your strengths to the world. We hope you find this session useful and inspiring. Once again, I warmly welcome you all for today's session, Personal Branding for Career Growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Pesandu. Now, it's my greatest pleasure to introduce our speaker for the evening, Ms. Shamilka Samaranayake. She plays a key role in building tech teams at Accenture and serves as the Manager, Talent Acquisition, Business Unit, HR, and Learning and Development. Her insights into personal branding and career progression have guided many individuals towards achieving their professional growth. With her extensive knowledge and experience, today's session is sure to be insightful and enriching, and offering practical guidance to strengthen both your personal and professional goals. We are truly honored to have her here with us today. So without further ado, let's begin today's session.
Pesandu, for the warm welcome. I appreciate a lot. So as you said, like without taking a lot of time, I think we have around 33 participants here. That I think that's pretty much enough to start the session. Yeah. So thank you so much once again, Shamod and Pesandu, for having me once again at CINEC. And this time it's online. And so this topic that we are going to talk about today is on personal branding for career growth. It's something different than what I usually talk. It doesn't matter since they mentioned it's very important to talk about this session. I thought of giving a try this time. Yeah, so let's start the session. Let me share my screen. Just Umaya or Pesandu, just have a look and see if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. All right, no? Have the presentation?
Yeah, we can see the presentation now.
Hold on for a second. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So today's topic is about personal branding for career growth. So why this is important? Well, I think all of you are from different universities. I don't know if you all are from the same university or from different universities this time. Pesandu, is it from only SINEC or else there
Mm.
are students from other
They are from
universities?
all over the Sri Lanka.
Okay, cool. All right. So, personal branding is one of the key topics. Why? Because it impacts on different scales. Why? Because when it comes to interviews, or when it comes to your CV building, or when it comes to LinkedIn optimization, or else even when you are day to day dealing with the industry, it's very important to identify who you are and also what is your message to others when it comes to your career life as well as the professional life. So it goes hand in hand, understanding who you are and who you can how you can amplify your personality to the career world. So let's say like there are a few slides I have taken. It's not only for tech students. If there are any other students who is joining from different industries or in different fields, so it's going to be a general session. If you do have any questions, clarifications, feel free to put it on the chat, or maybe if you're shy to put it on the chat, doesn't matter, send me an email offline. Yeah. Okay. So I have a small thing to talk at the very first, who you are. So this is going to be something that I want answers from you. Why? Because I want to understand what do you think about yourself, and how you can define yourself as a person. So I want you all to put on the chat. So this is going to be an interactive session, rather I talk, you listen. So I want you to put it on the chat, who you are in 3 words, just 3 words. I'll give you all. Now it's 7:17. I'll give you time until 7:19, so you all can put your answers there. Let me check the chat. Is this disabled, the chat box? Pesandu and Shamut, or is it working?
It's working.
Nobody has sent anything, no?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. I would expect at least around 15 answers because there's about 33. Guys, now you guys need to understand who you are to take this session further. Otherwise, it's going to be very tough. So, Pesantu and Shamud, you guys also can put a message here to inspire the rest of the team. Nobody wants to put any answers. Okay, creative, innovative, visionary. Doesn't have to think a lot. It doesn't have to be like different words or like words from the dictionary. It can be like just a simple word that you can give me to understand who you are would be sufficient enough. Undergraduate who love to discover world. Yeah, that's a really good one. I think I like it. Aspiring data scientist working as a BA currently. Oh God, okay. Kind, energetic, honest. Okay, good. All right, so keep going, guys. You don't have to stop whatever you've been sharing. Keep going. So we'll move to the next slide. I'll just tell you all. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this goes again hand in hand with the first slide we were talking about. So when it comes to this question, when I ask you who you are, so you need to ask 4 questions from yourself. So if it's me, I would definitely ask these 4 questions from me. Now, this is again, you don't have to put it on the chat box, but just take a piece of paper or maybe your laptop, or type it out, or maybe you can record it and evaluate, and later on you can answer this also. So first question is, you need to understand, what do people often come to you for? Means, so if you're at a group, if you're with a group of people, maybe at an organization, maybe at a family gathering, or maybe at the university, or wherever you are, what do people often come to you for? So this, actually, if you can answer this question honestly, imagine you have a set of people you know, actually, or maybe at least they know you to a certain extent and know you, so not strangers. Why they are coming to you, and what for? And the other thing, you want to understand, what compliments do you hear often? So if somebody comes and say, you are you're a good person, you're a friendly person, or maybe you're an easygoing person, or maybe it's not a compliment. So there can be instances somebody comes and tells you that also. But then again, if you are there in a team, we are sure, like, the team is not in trouble, so that's also a compliment. So they have a strong feeling that at any cost you would definitely keep them safe. So likewise, understand, what compliments do you hear often? And the other thing is, what are you most proud of? What are the few things, or maybe one thing that you are proud of yourself? So that can be your career, that can be your personality, that can be your online presence, or maybe you are an influencer or a celebrity or whatever, or maybe your appearance. So whatever that you are most proud of. And also, the last question is going to be, what are 3 core values you stand by? So when it comes to core values, so your honesty, integrity, your leadership skills, whatever the values. So do this exercise, guys. We don't have a lot of time. If it's an interactive session, a physical session, we would have talk in a different side, but this time it's online. So you need to understand these 4 questions, whatever I said, and maybe write it in a piece of paper, or maybe just evaluate yourself and see. So by doing this exercise, what happens is, this is a universal theory, so you would understand how do I think, and how others think about myself, and also you would understand how unique you are. So guys, without knowing how unique you are, it's very hard for you to go and implement a brand. So, for example, let's see that you want to do a vegetable business. So, you need to understand, when you're doing this vegetable business or a shop or whatever, you need to understand the background, you need to understand the markets, and you want to understand the market segments and the audiences. So all these things matters. If you don't understand, what happen is, you would fail at some point. So the same theory applies here also. If you don't understand yourself, what happen ultimately is, you don't know what you have to offer from yourself to the world, or maybe you don't know what others want from you. So you might try to implement yourself as a brand. At some point that might collapse. So just do this exercise and see where you stand. And so the other thing, another exercise that I want you to do, your personal brand in one sentence. So I have given you all an example also. I help, and you can think about the target audience by whatever the skill or the passion you have, so they can benefit. What is the outcome? Means, now, if it's for me, if I put myself into this line, it would say, I help. So my target audience right now is university students, by the industry experience I have, or the passion that I have to consult a peer or a industry student, or maybe one of my employees, so they can benefit. My benefit, the benefit is going to be, they can understand what the industry is about, and also they can understand what is the personal branding is about. So that is going to be my brand sentence. So likewise, you can write this and see where you are when it comes to your brand state sentence. So make sure you save this somewhere, or maybe put it on the wall, or maybe keep it somewhere, and understand this is who I am and this is what I want. All right. Okay. All right. So on this, so the SWOT matrix also helps for you to understand. I think when it comes to the theoretical stuff in the when you all are doing academics, you might have come across this SWOT matrix so many times. Also, like if you were there in a previous session at CINEC, so you might have gone through SWOT matrix again. And what is SWOT is? So SWOT is a combination of four stuff. So what the strengths and the weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. So when it comes to the strengths, so strengths are whatever you do well. So it can be when it comes to your career life, or maybe it comes to your personal life, whatever the strengths that you have. And also when it comes to your weaknesses, what do you need to improve? So as a person, nobody of us are perfect. So either me, either you, or a different person, maybe um, somebody who knows about the industry very well. Nobody is perfect. So you need to understand and see what are the weaknesses you have in yourself. Maybe a fear for public speaking, or you don't like to work with a team. Maybe you want to work as a idling from the rest of the team. And also maybe communication. So there can be different stuff that you can list down as your weaknesses. But when it comes to the if you have proper strength, which can mitigate these weaknesses, so you can bridge it and see like what weaknesses can be overcome from the strengths you have once you apply it. And also, what are your goals? So what are your goals? You want to be this person, you want to be this person. Likewise, what are the opportunities available in the market? So based on that, what are your goals? Do you face maybe threats when it comes to the competitiveness of the market, or maybe a fear for something? So likewise, you can identify this SWOT in different ways. So if I talk to you today on SWOT metrics, it's not going to be the same way as somebody else might talk to you, because the way they analyze this SWOT is very different. So there's no wrong theory or a correct theory. It's just for you to map yourself, identify, and to pick up how good you are, how bad you are, and what are the opportunities you have ahead you, and what are the threats always available in the market as well. So do this also, guys, the SWOT metrics, and see how you can put your place there. Yeah. All right, so we are jumping into the personal branding steps. Okay, so the first thing, when I was starting, you might be thinking why I'm going through so much of exercises, why I'm asking you to map yourself, why I'm asking you to write notes and all. So the reason is I wanted you all to do a self-assessment. So without this self-assessment, if you are going to listen to this session, there's not going to be any point, because you need to understand who you are, and also like where you stand right now. So do that exercise. If you really did that, just look at that exercise and see if it applies to the rest of the points I have mentioned here. And the second one is defining your brand. So defining your brand is what I told you all, to make a statement. So I am this person and my passion is this, and I want to support, or I want to give an outcome like this to the audiences. So that is going to be your brand identity. So that is going to be how you define your brand. And the third one is identifying your audience. So when you're building a brand, it will not always impact on different audiences. Now, for example, I suppose all of you guys know Instagram or TikTok. Why I'm using those two examples are there are different kind of influencers in the market. So certain influencers, they talk about cooking. So when it comes to cooking also, the way they present themselves, so some people, they don't talk at all. Some, of course, they talk and they tell the ingredients and how to cook. Then again, some people, they use a different strategy, and maybe it's negative marketing. So different types of influencers are there. But for all those influencers, there are different audiences that they have come across, because different persons hold different perspectives. So when it comes to different perspectives, you cannot always satisfy all the audiences. So when it comes to you, now this personal branding matters to you. Why right now is for you to understand how to get a job. That is your main priority. Because I guess like all of you are university students, or maybe the graduates. So you need to understand how to get a job. So again, you're identifying your audience is going to be the job markets, or maybe the identifying your audience is going to be the recruiters, or maybe the HR individuals in the market from your dream companies, or maybe your LinkedIn, so your online presence. These are going to be your audiences. So you need to always understand how to pitch yourself to these particular markets. All right. So developing your online presence again goes hand in hand. Why? Because I said now, for a person from a university or from academics, they need to make their online presence. The main platform, I would think, it is going to be LinkedIn right now, because 80% of recruiters are using LinkedIn to identify good caliber profiles. So that is going to be your online presence. How you that's actually a different session that I used to do, LinkedIn optimization. So there, your profile photo, or maybe your the caption or the headline, so all these things matters. I have I think mentioned few details on LinkedIn also in this slide. We speak about it a little later. Then networking strategically. So this networking strategically is also one of your online presences, and also maybe offline presences also. So networking can be your networking online on the LinkedIn or different platforms, or maybe you are going to join certain forums. Like there are most of the students I've seen, they are going to Sluscom, or maybe FITs. There are different forums in the market. So they use this particular networking strategy to show their presence in the market. So that is also very important. And the other thing is seeking the feedback. So guys, seeking the feedback is not something everybody likes. Why? Because as a human being, we always hold a little bit of ego in ourselves. So when somebody is trying to give feedbacks, or maybe they are trying to tell what is negative about you, there are certain people who likes to accept, and maybe like take proper steps and trying to mitigate the issues they have, or maybe to upskill them and come to a good foundation or a good place. Also, there are certain individual who doesn't like feedbacks. So doesn't like feedbacks, the that category is going to be in trouble at some point, because feedbacks makes you better. So if somebody comes to me and say, after this session there were gaps in these particular areas, what you were talking about, I would be very happy, because what I do is, the next time when I'm doing that, I would make sure I would not do those particular mistakes I've been doing. So means constructive feedbacks make you a better person, and your brand visibility, or the brand uh, the what do you call that the importance of your brand will also increase at to a certain level. And evolving your brand, so making that presence and people know about whatever your brand is also making a huge difference when it comes to building. For like certain things I wanted to highlight, maybe take a photo or keep it with you, but do a background research, because this is just nutshell. If you do a research on these particular areas, you would understand there are a lot of theories behind these. There are a lot of facts and figures that you can adhere to your career life. All right. So any questions or any thing that you all want to ask so far? No, all good. Okay. All right. Just give me 1 minute. All right. So understanding the 5 P's of personal branding. So there, if you check and see what are the alphabetical numbers in branding, like there are 5 P's, there are five C's, five 3 R's. So there are different theories behind personal branding. So I have chosen this. Why? Because it's important to your career life. That's why. So the first point, it's going to be about the purpose. So the purpose is why. Again, so why you are choosing this path, or you are trying to be this particular person, is important. So this purpose, you need to understand that you need to serve this purpose when it comes to creating your brand as a person. And also when it comes to the positioning, so the positioning also can be where you position yourself when it comes to the personal branding. So it can be, now when you start yourself as a brand, so you cannot always understand and see this is where I should be landing at this particular time. So personal branding can always affect a lot of factors externally. So the positioning, you need to at least analyze to a certain extent and see, this by this particular stage I would be positioning myself as this person. So I can actually use this particular point for something important when it comes to HR, succession planning. So when it comes to succession planning, now if you start as an intern, so after about 1 year, so where you are going to locate, and also after maybe 2 years as an associate engineer or engineer, and what are the academics needed, what are the certifications needed, or maybe what are the other soft skills needed. Likewise, you can position yourself and see. And also again, when it comes to going to the TL level or architect level, again, what are the academics needed, what are the soft skills needed. So these can be external factors you can identify and see how you can position yourself as a brand. And when it comes to presentation, so presentation is not, guys, that you are doing a presentation and showing others how to do be a good brand. It's about yourself, your impression, and how you are as a human being. So for this particular branding, out of 5 P's, for this particular one, it can be your physical appearance. Physical appearance doesn't mean that you look good, or maybe you look white or dark, or your color, or how you look, your size doesn't matter. So it's about how you are present at a professional network or at a professional place as a person. So that is one thing that definitely the career world is going to check. And the other thing is when it comes to your online presentation also. Now there are companies, when it comes to the references or referral check-in, they are normally calling the referrals and asking how this person is, how they were working in your company. At the same time, sometimes they check the social media also, and they check whatever the post that you share on social media. So are you someone who try to uplift a different person? And also, are you a person who has characteristics like you don't like when other people's rise? And also they check and see, are you an outgoing person, to understand that you are introvert or maybe extrovert. So for different job roles, if it's a business development, marketing, how your presentation would work. So these can be something companies would check on your social media profiles then and there. And I'm sorry if somebody doesn't like what I'm going to say right now. So when it comes to universities and people, students try to be a hassle to a different, how can I say that, trying to, maybe I don't want to use the word, so students trying to be a hassle for their juniors or maybe their seniors. So they are trying to that they think they try to make their confidence level up, or they're trying to make them good people and going to the industry. But actually speaking, as you are not doing that by harming anybody else in the junior batch or whatnot. So even those right now, campuses, whatever they are doing, the external markets are looking at you. So be careful when it comes to these. Don't get involved in these, because world is really bad place. So try to be good person and try to uplift and build other people's confidence rather bringing it down. All right. So the promotions, when it comes to how you promote yourself. Now when we know, like when it comes to the job advertisements or maybe posts and all, we can boost them and promote. So you need to understand how you can boost yourself. So what are the tips that you can use to promote you? So this, I cannot tell you these are the exact things that you can be doing to promote yourself. So it can differ from different job to job. Maybe if you're a sales and marketing person, your communication you can promote and see. Maybe if you're a coder, you can maybe go into hackathons or code fests and all, make your presence there, you can promote yourself. And maybe going for different competitions. And also the persistence also matters. So these are like five things you need to understand when it comes to building your personal branding. So any questions so far? Or are you all sleeping or listening?
No, madam, no questions.
Not sleeping. Okay, thanks for saying that. No, no, not. I don't think they're sleeping now. They are 39. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So the other slide I wanted to put to your head was why. So now I'm talking about personal branding. So why personal branding matters? So if you brand yourself, you can enhance the career opportunities. Now for example, guys, I want you all to do something. Go to Google. So again, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Go to Google and type your name, whatever the name that you are using on your social media or your professional social media platforms. Type your name. So my name, I'm using Shamilka Samaranayake. So if I share my name, what I would get. So I'm also doing that. Now I would love if I can see your faces when you're googling yourself, because I'm pretty sure there are kids here. You might see what I have shared on social media. If you get somebody else's face, you can't help it if your name is super famous, or maybe like there are names that you very often hear. No, so but if your posts are coming, so I checked mine. So that talks about the sessions I do, some of the newsletters I have published. and also some of the magazines that I have wrote to. So those are the things I get. So today, just make sure that you put your head and to your mind that if you didn't get a good picture when you're googling yourself, or if you don't get anything, that is also a problem. If you don't get anything, so see, go and check your LinkedIn profile and see what went wrong. Because if you share newsletters, or if you share any kind of maybe events happening in your university, or maybe the job advertisement, or somebody that you are doing a post about something, and if it gets attracted from the different audiences, that would definitely should be there on Google when you search it out. So if it doesn't come, go and see like whatever you have shared. So try to share good stuff, guys. Try to share newsletters, try to comment on other people's promotions, or maybe when they get a job, try to share that. So that makes yourself an outstanding person, as well as that supports to a different individual also to highlight themselves. And also, when it comes to enhancing career opportunities, I would want to all of you. So once this session is over, take today and tomorrow. At least if you think you have a friend who matters to you on LinkedIn, go and write a recommendation. Go and give a recommendation to them on LinkedIn. If you think that person is good on their academics, or that person is good as a person, try to go and do this. And I think we all have time to bug people on Facebook or other social media platforms, but when it comes to recommendations, we are a bit reluctant to give these credits to the rest of the people. So try to do that, because that might help that particular person also to find a job. Also, when it comes to the professional credibility, so you need to earn this professional credibility also, again, with whatever you share and how your presence is. So other people would know this particular person is like this. So if I hire him or her, I would definitely will be able to give this kind of credibility to my organization, so that kind of strong feeling might arise in their minds also. So that is also very important, why you should be having this personal branding. And again, increasing the visibility. So why I did this exercise for you all to answer, check on the Google and answer me, because I wanted to see how your visibility is to the external markets. So I think you would have got an answer about your visibility. And the fourth one is promoting the career growth. So promoting the career growth is, now for example, let's say for academic students, if you join a session. Now, even think about the sessions that we are doing from organizations to your university. So, some kids, they are reluctant to stay until the end of the session. So, last time also, when I was at CINEC, most of the students, maybe they have personal problems, but then again, they try to leave the session halfway. So what happened is, after the session, normally we been in academics, we been in companies for years, and we have that maturity to stay at one place for a long time. So students, actually, even we were students, we didn't have that also. But when you all also when you leave, what happened is the networking session, you miss that chance. So that is going to hit you all really bad, because at networking session we get to know people. Now, for example, Pesandu and Chamud, I think I met them at the networking session. So I actually know them personally now. So even there's a good opportunity, and if their names come to my mind, these can be good academics that we can hire to our company. We would definitely give them a chance. Why? We know them, we have networked with them on LinkedIn. We have shared posts, and we have liked posts, and we've been seeing them. So that makes again that career growth promotion at free cost. Then the confidence boosting. Now, confidence boosting is also very important. Now, I think everybody who is sitting here is over 20 at least. For by around 20, it's very important for you all to boost your confidence, to sit at one place um, without panicking, and also to write a message on a chat box when a speaker is talking and asking with questions. So that is also confidence. And also, when you go to an interview, very importantly, when you go to an interview, if you can make your eye contact, and if you can talk to your interviewer in a free way. So even though your vocabulary or maybe your English is not that good, so it's not about always the communication language that you use, but if you can say something confidently, even in Sinhalese, so we would understand this particular person has a gap in certain areas, but when it comes to his or her confidence, it's at top notch. So we would not think twice to hire that person also, because we know languages can be trained, guys, but confidence is not something that we can train. So yeah, I think you might have seen this quote everywhere: higher attitudes. We can always make them learn skills. Why? Because skills can be trainable. We can give them a communication. Maybe we can ask them to join a Toastmasters club, or maybe we can ask them to get a diploma or whatever in the certification, or we can at least give them a mentor to get proper understanding about the languages, or else we can at least talk in Sinhalese and communicate. But confidence matters a lot. If you're not confident about who you are, it's going to be a very big problem, because when you are going to a managerial level, if you think you don't stay as a software engineer or associate software engineer forever, right? So when you go to this managerial level, definitely you have to manage a team. So if you don't have that confidence to talk to your team and say, this is what I want from you guys, not in a rude way, but this is what I want, and if you can make proper eye contact and make them do something, you have failed as a person. So try to understand how you can build this confidence, and maybe you can watch some YouTube videos of different personalities who had these issues when it comes to confidence, and how they have overcome. That might also help you all to overcome these confidence issues. So real life examples, when I was talking about these personalities, so I think all of you know Elon Musk. So because we always wait and see what Elon Musk wants to give us next, and people always follow him because of his innovation, because of the way he was taking risks, and also because of his personality, the way he talk, everything. We feel like following him to understand what's next. Maybe what's next is not important to us, but still, the way he is talking and the way he is delivering that to the world, we feel like talking to him. And also Malala. So Malala, like the culture she's coming from, there were a lot of issues when she was trying to tell her story, but then she was not stagnating. She had the confidence to talk and also to build on a purpose, to share the values and also her story. And she has done a lot of education, courage. She has shown all these characteristics in herself. And I think you can just read about, there's a book also from Malala. I am Malala. So read those books and see. If you don't understand a certain words, you use a dictionary or ChatGPT or with other AI tools are there. Ask and see, or maybe ask from the Google and see like what they have done, and understand how they have boosted their confidence despite the problems they had. And I actually like these statements. You don't need to be famous to have a strong personal brand. But if you do have a proper personal brand, it's vice versa, guys. You will definitely be famous at one point to a different audience. So don't think I'm not Elon Musk or I'm not Malala to become a personal brand or to be famous in an industry. It's about who you are and discovering who you are and following your dreams. So try to get a little bit of value from these personalities and take your life forward. Yeah. So, your brand, your reputation. I think most of the things, even I was not going slide by slide. I was talking about this slide also in my previous chat I had with you all. So, one important thing. So, we might say, අපිට වැඩක් නැහැ, අපි නැති තැන මොනවා අපි ගැන කතා කරත්. So, we would say something like that. So, but believe me, when it comes to your career life, it's what people say about you when you're not in the room. So if you're at a different place in your organization, and if other employees are talking behind your back, uh, that will always happen. Even you are a good person, people will talk behind your back. People will be judgmental. Doesn't matter, but a majority, if they are talking good about you when you're not in the room, and if they says this person is, I think this person is a confident person, I think this person hold these particular values, he's humble, generous, or maybe supportive, he or she got good leadership skills, or maybe look at the way that person is dressing. So I'm not talking about dressing for impress, or talking about not talking about dressing branded clothes or anything, but dressing appropriately, and their communication styles. And also people are talking about your digital presence and how you are posting on your social media. Or if someone comes and say "Araya monada iyara share kala tibba," whatever the post that you have shared yesterday, if it has gone as the talk of the town, again it's a problem if it's in a bad way. So again, this sentence also remember for your life. Make sure that people talk good and people talk in a confident way about you when you're not in the room, because that says a lot about you as a person. So keep this sentence also as students in your mind. And building your digital brand, so some platforms to focus on as industry professionals or maybe students from academics and all. I think LinkedIn is the best and the most famous platform that you need to be present on the digital media. Why? Because LinkedIn got lot. I don't have to explain you what LinkedIn is. If you don't know what LinkedIn is, again, no point listening to this session also, because LinkedIn, you need to have that feeling of, okay, this many number of people are following me on LinkedIn, and people doesn't follow you for nothing, right? There should be something about you that people are interested in you to follow you. So that can be your content, that can be, sometimes that can be the way you look, or maybe your presence, or maybe that can be the way you talk. So that can be something unique about you, that people talk about you. So LinkedIn is a good media that if you want to make your presence as a brand. And GitHub and Behance for tech and creative, for UI UX engineers or anybody who is happy with the portfolios sharing, definitely have a account. And because sometimes when we ask for a Behance profile or a profile that we could see UI UX engineers work, they say sometimes they say they don't have. So that's a surprise, because it's like you are going to a furniture shop, and without seeing the all furniture they have done, the person wants to sell that kind of. So make sure that you update and upload everything that you do there. And also, when somebody is asking your CV on LinkedIn or a different social media platform, don't ever say, I'm sorry, my CV is not up to date right now, and I will send it to you later. So that shows like the lack of interest you have. If you're really not interested, doesn't matter, but it shows how much you are not interested on keeping your profile up to date and making your presence. So make sure that you tell them, give me some time, we'll share it. Don't ever say I haven't updated my CV and that's why I can't share it. So if your LinkedIn is up to date, For time being, you can share your LinkedIn link and say, this is my LinkedIn link and it's up to date. You can check it until I share my CV. Maybe you're in a meeting or something, you can share it. Then the personal website, this is actually optional. You don't have to have a personal website. But if you have anything to sell about yourself, maybe a consultancy service or anything, it's good to have a personal website. And also, online tips, one more thing, use a professional photo, guys, on your um, even on your social media. If you are looking out for a job, try to use a professional photo. So you might think it's my personal networking, right? Why I should do that? Doesn't matter, but still try to use a professional photo, or at least a semi-professional photo. So on LinkedIn, anyway, you do have to do that. And when it comes to the URL also on LinkedIn, try to customize it properly and keep it ready. And also, when it comes to the headlines that reflecting your brand, when it comes to LinkedIn mainly, when it comes to the headlines, try to always keep it short and sweet. Somebody can understand who you are, what you do, and why we should be hiring you, and why we should have talking to you for something. So these are like the digital branding I wanted to talk about. Is there anything else, guys, that you all want to ask from me? No, we can carry on. Still there are 39. Good, you're not sleeping. Okay, few more slides to go. I think now I told you all, no professional shouldn't leave the session before it ends. I think that's why everybody is staying here. All right, doesn't matter. So the other thing, bringing your brand into common interview questions. I know even though I talk about brand this and that, you all are very interested on the interviews or maybe the CVs or LinkedIn, those topics. So I thought of talking about this. So one thing that as HR professionals we do ask about yourself. So this is the first question that you're going to get when it comes to an interview. Can be online or it can be offline physical chat. So use your pitch, highlight personality and passion. So these are like the key steps. So one thing is, when somebody asks you to tell about yourself, first say thanks that that person gave you the chance to talk about yourself. I'm so and so, and I'm a student of this particular university, and maybe, and you can say don't say like I have a family, I have my mother, my father is working like this, my mother is a housewife. These things happen, guys, but you don't have to actually say those. If somebody asks you, you can say those are personal information. So if somebody asks you, you can say that, but rather we would like to see what kind of a person. So I ask you three things about yourself, so you can use those. Then somebody has told I'm a developer who loves to explore the world. So that's actually a good slogan that you can carry. You can say that you're a developer, so we will feel like we should give you a remote working for you to go and explore the world and also to work, but still you can use that. Then when it comes to your pitch, again, confidence is should be there. You shouldn't be shivering, you shouldn't be looking at the fans or looking at the flow and looking here and there, biting your nails. Don't do those. Try to look at the person who is in front of you, make eye contact and talk to the person, even if it's online or even if it's physical. And the other thing is smile. So smile nicely and answer. Don't think like you're talking to an alien or you are talking to somebody different. It's just another human being who is sitting in front of you. You can smile. If the interviewer is not smiling, that's a fundamental something wrong with that person. Don't ever go to that company. And so make sure that you smile and the person smile in return. Yeah. So then the second question is going to be your strengths. we would ask you, what are your strengths? So these strengths, again, it should be tied with your values. So if you say, if your creative problem solving skill is there, you can say how, and your strengths in creative problem solving. For this also, there's a method called star method. You can say how was the situation, what you did, and maybe what were the results. Likewise, you can, if they ask to a certain extent, you can say about those also. And tell me about a challenge you faced. So when it comes to challenge you faced, always try to give an incident that reflect your character and values. For example, if you want to show yourself as a leader, or a person who is leading a team, so always try to say, my team and I were having a problem like this, or maybe a release or something, whatever the problem you all had, and this is how we made an impact, and this is how the problem was, and it was super challenging. But after I've been taking over and leading. Hold on for a second. Am I still online? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so sorry about it. So try to say how it reflects your character, and you've been able to lead a team, and that challenge been overcome, and how it impacted your leadership role, impacted on that whole situation. And also, last question, we would ask you why we should hire you. So you don't have to say because I want the job, and also don't say that because there's a job opportunity or anything like that. So it's try to say how you are unique, and how you are outstanding, and how you are niche from the different people in this earth. So it's like, you might think we all have same skill set, we all have same mindsets, or maybe we are same, and that would not make any impact. Nothing like that. You can say, I am a team mate who loves to pull a team and go in a journey. So even that would make a difference when it comes to job interviews. Or else, if you can say how you can make a good fit to the company, how good you are when it comes to the culture, how good you are a person as a culture fit. So that also means a lot. It's not about your skills or the rest of the tools or technologies you have been using. It's about how you can be a good culture fit also. And also in return, so since it's your brand identity, it's where you are going to make yourself as a brand, you should definitely ask them as well what you should give in return from the company's perspective also. Why? Because if you want to be a brand, if you want to be a different person, if you want to follow your dreams, you should definitely know like what the company is going to serve you. This doesn't gonna lose points if the interviewer is creepy. I have no idea, but if it doesn't, there's no way of you are going to lose marks in an interview, because we feel, now for example, I feel this particular person wants to make a change, and that person might be a good fit for the company. Once again, hold on, no? Hold on for a second. Am I still online?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry, there's a power cut. I might have to stop the video. Okay, I'm still audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So the other one is the self awareness. So these actually we talk, we don't have to talk in detail. And when it comes to your confidence, your strengths areas identifying, and how you can make your self awareness and preparing techniques. So anxiety is a very big problem when it comes to preparation and for facing interviews. So try to practice at home and build those proper uh, preparation, that is also important. When it comes to positive visualization, and so again, if there's any presentation or if there's an interview, try to spend a few minutes visualizing a successful presentation. So visualizing is very important, guys. What you attract, no, what you visualize or whatever you manifest, you would always attract. So try to visualize good stuff, good vibes. So always make sure this is how I'm going to do these particular tasks. Even though you don't have experience, try to think, when I'm doing this particular task, I would be doing it like this, the method that you are going to do. So likewise, you can always feel confident about yourself. And when it comes to the feedback and reflection, I told you all, always try to get feedbacks from the interviewers, and that would be helpful also. And so this I wanted to embed on the presentation. Why? Because don't get me wrong, kids, like first impression makes a bigger role, because your outfit, the first thing that the interviewer notice. If you haven't combed your hair properly, if you are not wearing something properly, if you haven't tucked your shirt properly, don't ever go and sit in front of an interviewer. If you think, if you have any problem, any personal problem or anything, just try to now if it's in Colombo, try to go to a public place and try to comb your hair, or maybe carry a pocket mirror and at least comb your hair properly. So if you think a first impression or your appearance doesn't matter, that's super wrong. That's very important. So that perception goes a long way. So the professionalism you carry goes a long way. So try to dress to dress not to impress, dress for success. So keep this also in your mind. And also, when it comes to interviews, certain companies might like you in semi casual, certain companies might like you in full formal. So do a little bit of background research and see what kind of employees are there in those particular companies and what they are wearing. Usually accordingly make your presence there. And also don't try to wear tight or fit clothes if it's not comfortable. And that would be also a problem when you're trying to sit and try to talk. And also your posture, standing properly, sitting straight, look professional. So even though you think these might not be a problem, if you haven't got a job as of now, if you have any problem, see if there's any problem in these areas I spoke about, guys. So this is pretty much about everything I wanted to talk to you all. I'm so sorry if there were any problem or any issues when it comes to the content, and if you were not comfortable or if it's bored, because it's a little bit different from whatever I talk usually. But yeah, I think you guys learned something. So this is going to be the interactive session. I want you all to interact a little bit. Mm, yeah, I'm so sorry about my video, kids, because there's no power. Anybody who wants to talk? So there's no point if you don't talk, because this topic was all about personal branding and confidence. So try to unmute yourself and talk if you have any questions or if you learned something. Anybody wants to say anything? Prasandu or Shamod, anything you want to say? Or any thing that you want to put on the chat? Yeah, somebody has asked what is the most eye-catching headline you can remember from LinkedIn. So I would say I also saw this particular headline from a different person. So when I was doing talent acquisition, I saw somebody not from Sri Lanka, actually from a different country. He was using building tech teams at the company name. So if you see, you would see that also on my headline. Why I'm using that is I feel it's attractive because anybody who sees my headline knows that I'm into talent acquisition, and they would go to my profile and see what kind of job post I do have when it comes to tech. And so if it's a analyst, so I have seen this turning data into decisions. That was also a good one. So if you are changing your path, let's say coming from finance to say, let's say, engineering, so you can say from finance to engineering, then maybe coding with bridging code and creativity or something. Uh, Ma'am, it's my second event of yours in last 10. Okay, issues you face when you create. Can I know what are the issues you face when you create LinkedIn or your portfolio? Is this the portfolio that you're talking about? What portfolio, Shafkan? Just let me know it a little bit more because I don't understand it exactly. Okay, so ma'am, what kind of things that we can share on LinkedIn? So obviously if you're not working, you're not combined to a company, so try to share one thing you can share about your university events happening. So if you are active IEEE student or any different forum, you can share things about that, so we know that you want to go to market and go to the industry and work. Or else, even if it is a newsletter or maybe an article about your knowledge you want to share, that also something that you could share on your social media or LinkedIn. Mm, Also, since you are a student, try to get in touch with a lot of recruiters from the industry, from leading companies or any of your dream companies, because we always don't post job advertisement as job posts. Sometimes it might be just a simple message on our feed. So if you are active on LinkedIn, if you are keep engaging with our posts or the newsletters or maybe the events that we do, so you would understand there's a pattern that you would get to see this on social media. So that might also help you all to understand what kind of opportunities out there in the market. Yeah, so try to share those. Okay, how often should I share on LinkedIn and what are the best ways to widen my network on LinkedIn as a student? So first thing, LinkedIn should be like a daily mantra. Like you have to go to LinkedIn every day without skipping. Every day now, most of the time we go to Facebook or other social media platforms every day, right? So as a practice, try to go to LinkedIn also every day and try to keep yourself engaged there as well. And to widen your network, so the best thing you have to do is you definitely have to add more people on your network. So that should be some professionals who can make an impact. Just for sake of adding, don't add. So make sure that there's there's an impact by adding them to your profile. So if you are a engineering student, and if you see there are things that you could get from different engineering professionals in the market, try to at them on your social media. It's not just going behind them or trying to get their attention. It's about like you understand what kind of post they share, and you would be able to grab some information, knowledge, and also you would understand what kind of post that you should be sharing in future, and you can train yourself for those. And if they are influencers or like uh, popular people on the network, you could even see their tech talks. So that would be also something you can add at your feed when you are sharing. So that those things that you can do as a student. So we have so many things to put on portfolio. And can you give any idea to maintain them effectively? Yeah, so all these things are going hand in hand. As students, you have to even the projects that you are doing. If there are interesting topics that you could talk about, maybe you can even say on your LinkedIn, food for thought. You just say that on your LinkedIn and put whatever the thought in your mindset regarding your particular area that you want to share ideas with. Mm, so yeah, Shafkan, like when it comes to the common challenge, definitely when it comes to the initial stage, you would definitely not have so much of people out there, and it would be very hard for you to have a rapport with the industry. So it wouldn't change overnight. So you cannot overcome this problem overnight. So it needs a little bit of time and a little bit of dedication. So try to add more people in your particular area and try to share things in your area. Just get it from Google or whatever, and try to do a little bit of a research and put a proper picture, and put a letter, put a wording, and then you can share it. And also, guys, I've seen sometimes rather we are putting this pictures, we only put the wordings. When it comes to a newsletter or something, also we don't put a picture when we are posting. Sometimes when it comes to human minds, pictures goes to our mind quicker than the words go. So when we are just if the this particular picture that you have shared goes to our mind, we would even stop by and read your article. So understand those kind of things, small things, when you are sharing this. Anything else?
Everyone, feel free to drop any questions you have on the chat box. You can get them answered now.
I think they are good, Maya. They might not have more questions. If they do have, just feel free to share it with me later on.
All right. I hope everyone's questions have been answered and that you've gained practical and actionable tips today. A huge thank you to Ms. Shamilka Samaranayake for your time, energy, and for sharing your incredible insights with us. And as a token of our sincere gratitude, we'd like to present you this small gesture of appreciation. This symbolizes our heartfelt thanks for your time, contribution, and the inspiration that you've shared with us today. Now I'd like to invite Ms. Sandali Situmani, Member Coordinator, Secretary Team of Stud Pro 8.0, to deliver the official vote of thanks.
Once again, good evening, everyone. As we come to the end of this session, I would like to take this moment to say thank you all. First, my big thank you to our amazing speaker, Ms. Shamilka Samaranayake, always. Your ideas, experience, and practical advices on personal branding were truly inspiring. And actually, we learned so much things, and we are grateful for the time you spent with us. And I would like to thank you, everyone who is joined with us today. Your interest made this session very special. And another special thank to our organizing team of Stud Pride Point for making this event possible and to everyone working behind this scene. We hope to see you again in our next session. Until then, take care. Keep building your brand with your confidence. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Sandali. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a group photo. Please turn on your cameras for a moment and get ready for a quick snapshot.
I don't think you can see me because there's no power. It's all right. You all can take one.
All right, I hope it is being taken, even though unfortunately we can't have our speaker turn on her camera because of a power cut. All right, that brings us to the end of Forge Your Icons Session 3 on personal branding for career growth. Thank you once again to Ms. Shamilka Samaranayake always for being such a brilliant and insightful speaker in the middle of a power cut as well. And we hope all of you leave feeling empowered to shape a brand that opens doors and reflects who you are at your best. And stay tuned for the next exciting session on Forge Your Icon series. Signing off, have a wonderful night ahead.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Basadu and Shamud, for having me. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.